What civilian question exposed your military experience immediately? I'd been out of the Marines for 3 years, working construction, trying to blend in with regular folks. Thought I had it figured out. Then my supervisor asked the question that blew my cover completely. Hey Mike, can you grab some more 2x4s from the truck? Without thinking, I responded, how many do you need, and what's the timeline for completion? He stared at me. Just grab a few, I guess? Roger that. Do you want them staged at the current work location or pre-positioned at the next phase construction site? The entire crew stopped working. Dead silence. My supervisor looked confused. Dude, just bring some wood over here. That's when I realized I'd been talking like I was requesting a supply drop in Fallujah instead of carrying lumber across a job site. Civilian world doesn't work in mission parameters and logistics coordination, but it got worse. Way worse. Next day, new guy shows up. College kid, summer internship, never worked construction before. Supervisor assigns him to my crew. Show him the ropes, boss says. First thing I do, line up the entire crew for what I called a morning brief. Started explaining the day's objectives, safety protocols, chain of command structure, and accountability procedures. Today's mission is framing the second floor. Weather conditions are favorable. Hard hat and safety vest are mandatory. Any questions? You route through me first, then I'll coordinate with site supervision. The college kid raises his hand. Are you a drill sergeant or something? Negative. I'm your team leader for this operation. Everyone's staring again. My supervisor pulls me aside. Mike, this isn't the military. We don't need briefings, just show him how to hammer nails. But I couldn't turn it off. 20 minutes later, I'm teaching the kid proper tool maintenance procedures, explaining how a poorly maintained hammer compromises mission effectiveness and creates safety hazards for the entire unit. Always clean your tools at end of shift, inspect for damage, report any deficiencies immediately. Tool accountability is everyone's responsibility. Kid looks terrified. It's just a hammer, man. Lunch break, things got really awkward. Everyone's sitting around eating sandwiches, talking about weekend plans, normal conversation. Then someone mentions they're having trouble with their teenager. I immediately launched into a detailed analysis of leadership principles, positive reinforcement techniques, and corrective action procedures. Quoted Marine Corps leadership manuals. Discussed the importance of clear expectations and consistent consequences. You need to establish clear boundaries and enforce them uniformly. Positive counseling for desired behaviors, corrective training for infractions, document everything. Maintain open communication channels but preserve command authority. Dead silence again. Finally, one guy says, dude, his kid just won't clean his room. That's when it hit me. I wasn't talking to fellow Marines. These were regular people living regular lives. They didn't need tactical solutions to everyday problems. The questions kept coming though, each one exposing more of my background. Mike, how do you always know exactly what time it is without checking your watch? Because I'd been conditioned to maintain situational awareness and time discipline for 8 years. Why do you call lunch chow time? Because that's what you call it when you've eaten thousands of meals in military chow halls. How come you make your bed so perfectly every morning? Because I'd been making rack inspections regulation tight for nearly a decade. Why do you stand at attention when the boss walks by? Because respect for authority was drilled into my DNA. The final straw came 2 weeks later. OSHA inspectors showed up for a surprise safety check. Everyone's nervous, trying to look busy and compliant. I immediately approached the inspector, introduced myself as crew safety liaison, and provided a comprehensive briefing on our safety protocols, training records, incident reports, and compliance procedures. Had everything organized in a 3-ring binder with tabs and documentation. Walked him through each work area, explained safety measures, demonstrated proper equipment usage. Inspector was impressed. This is the most organized site I visited this year. Someone here has serious attention to detail. My supervisor just shook his head. Yeah, that's our Marine. Cover blown completely. From that day forward, everyone knew exactly what I was. Former military trying to figure out civilian life. But you know what? Turned out to be a good thing. Got promoted to site safety coordinator within a month. My military experience became an asset instead of something to hide.